19 years, that's how long it's been since I last set foot in the Philippines. And you know what? The Philippines didn't wait for me. Okay, there's more wealth, more luxury, and more skyscrapers. Manila's definitely growing up, alright? But it's still the same city. Just as chaotic. Just as full of life. I was so ready for this trip. It's been years since I've been last in Manila, and the city has definitely changed. But the real question is, did I?
Go to your left. Go to your left side.
I know that feeling. In both cities, the money's flowing, the towers are getting taller. And the question is, who is the city really for? But something about the soul of the city, that's not changing. And for some of us, that's the real charm. The weird part is these cities, Manila and New York, they're starting to feel more similar than they're different. Here's the thing, beneath all the shine, the real city is still there. It's not about the penthouses or the fancy cafes. It's about the people, the ones selling street food, the ones working a corner store. That's what keeps the city alive. Some things haven't changed. Some things never will. Point is, every city changes. I mean, look at New York. Every time I blink, there's another bodega that turns into a luxury boutique. But in Manila, the change feels different. It's like the past and the future are fighting for space. Food in Manila? It's not just about eating. It's about memories. The smell of sisig wafting through my latte. To the simplicity of just sitting down and sharing a meal. I was looking for this place, a tiny shop near Quiapo Church, serving rendang chicken, or grilled chicken the halal way. Dang, it was so good. And as I took that first bite, I thought, why the hell don't we have this in New York? Filipino food in New York City is getting better for sure, but some things never make it past their hometowns. Having Filipino halal food for the first time was honestly a highlight. I never had it before, and I felt like discovering a whole new side of Filipino cuisine. But here's the thing, you never get to eat all the food you want to. There's just not enough time. And it never works out the way you think it will. You tell yourself, I'll come back for that, but half the time you don't. That's just how it goes. So a while back, I did something really stupid. I spilled bourbon all over my MacBook. My beloved MacBook. At first I thought that's it. It's done. But my brother who's in Manila said, let's see what we can do. You got nothing to lose. In New York at the Mac store, I was told to write it off. I was already looking at replacements, ready to drop a ridiculous amount of cash. In Manila, they looked at it, shrugged and said, let's fix it. In a city where people fix everything, from 20-year-old cars to broken refrigerators, of course they could fix a MacBook. It's not just about repair. It's about survival. No big deal. And it didn't cost me much. And now, this laptop is still running. Manila gave it a few more years of life. If something's broken, missing, or just worn out, Manila has the fix. A place where you can find any cable, any part, any repair, no matter how obscure. Manila isn't just a city for new skyscrapers and malls. It's a city of resourcefulness. Whatever you need, you find it here. And if you can't, someone will figure out how to make it. In New York, we're used to replacing things. Tech, clothes, everything. You move on, upgrade, don't look back. Manila doesn't work that way. Here people make things last. They find a way. I want that mindset to stick with me. It's not just about repair. It's about seeing value in what you already have. About not rushing to throw things away just because they aren't perfect anymore. And maybe that just doesn't apply to laptops only. Some things, like a sunset, don't need anything. It's not the sunset itself, it's the people watching it. Old couples, kids, workers taking a break, students on a date, no influencers, no curated experiences. Just the city, breathing. You just show up, sit down, and let it happen. The thing about sunsets, it doesn't require anything. You don't need money for this. Sometimes the best things in life come without a price tag. I thought coming back would feel like either totally distant or completely familiar, like it had to be one or the other. But it's both. Manila has changed, and so have I. I haven't been here in a long time, and I've lived in New York for what feels like forever. But if there's one thing I realize is that I need to come here more often. It's too much part of me. And honestly, I kind of knew that already. Manila taught me something important. It's not about getting ahead or always choosing something new. Sometimes it's about stopping and letting things be. Whether it's a city, a sunset, or just being in the moment, sometimes that's all we need. Manila is different now, and so am I. But the heart of the city, it's still there. You just have to know where to look. I went to fix my computer. Instead, Manila reminded me why some things are worth holding on to. Stay tuned for part 2. Subscribe to follow along.